Probably you already have to develop some application that demands the validation of information before user send this information to server, before making some HTML requests, some for submission. But maybe you do not know that with native features from HTML5, we can perform form validation with great precision and with some resource that will be native processed by the web browser, and you will be able to deliver to users the form validation without any programming. So let's start in this video showing to you how to do that. That is going to be based in the pattern required attributes and also using pseudo classes from CSS3, that is the invalid and the valid pseudo classes. As you can see here in this form, these three fields are mandatory, and it means they need to be filled for performing form submission. Here we have a form, and this button send your requests is the submission of this form. These fields have these red borders because they are mandatory, and the displaying of these red borders means they still do not match the criteria to be considered valid. And it's so because we are using the invalid pseudo classes. Okay? And the application knows they are mandatory because they are using the required pseudo classes. So if we type some value inside, now this border becomes green. And why? It's because now it matches the criteria. This field is required. So now it has matched the criteria and it's okay. So according with the validation that's processed automatically and in runtime, the way the fields are displayed can change, and we can give this feedback to user. Any user looking to this form right now knows that this field already met the criteria and these other two fields do not match the criteria. If user try to submit the form, take a look in what will going to happen. One message is displayed saying we need to select some value from this list. And this message here was not programmed by me. It was automatically added by the browser because this field here is marked with the attribute required. Okay, so it means it cannot be empty. We need to select some value from here. Right, and now I'm going to inform to you about the pattern attribute. The pattern attribute informs that, okay, it has to be mandatory, like it's now. We need to inform a value, please fill out this field, but it's not just fill with anything like one letter. No, here we have a requested format, and this requested format is defined by one regular expression that is inside the pattern attribute. So here it demands 5 digits composed by letters. So if I type here more 5 letters and one number, it still is not valid. I cannot send that. But if I change that to match the criteria, then the submission now was performed, and you can see here that the form was submitted using the get method. Now you have understood the goal in the user perspective of required, pattern, and about the pseudo classes that are the valid and invalid. Now let's take a look in the code to understand how they are utilized within the HTML document. So here is the code that is responsible for the presentation of that form you have seen in the web browser. So for each field we have in the form, here we have the form, and for each field we have in the form, we have set the required attribute. Here the required attribute, here the required attribute, and here the required attribute as well. So that's the reason the first two fields are required, and the third field we have this pattern attribute. That's so we accept just letters, small case or uppercase, and we need exactly 6 elements, 6 letters inside. Okay, so that is our pattern. So it's not just only required, but needs to match certain pattern to be valid. Right, so that's responsible for the validation and do not allow the submission. Here's the submission button. Do not allow the submission if this criteria is not matched. So you can see we perform a form validation without any programming, just using the native HTML5 features. But then there is one additional thing that's using CSS, that's using the pseudo classes, the valid pseudo classes and the invalid pseudo classes. So it means the following: if the field match the criteria, if it's required, if it's filled, it has a pattern, if the pattern is respected, if it's filled, what then happens? If it's filled, if it's invalid because it's not filled or because it does not match the pattern, it becomes with the CSS attributes that are defined in the invalid pseudo classes. Okay, it's red because I have said it's red. If I would like to use another color like yellow here, okay, so if it's not valid, it's become yellow. So how the things will look like, it's up to you. Okay, you don't need to worry, oh no, this component just show head borders. No, it just display elements like you define in CSS, so it could behave as you want. And also we type that with a valid information. Now it's valid and it's green. It's green because in the valid pseudo classes we define that the borders are going to be green, right? You can take this code, this whole code to you. It's available to be downloaded in the link below in the video description. Thank you for watching.